Hello and welcome to Everything To Guppy, the podcast where we talk about every single item, every single enemy, every single everything in the Binding of Isaac. I'm William Hughes, and I'm joined, as always, by a brilliant light in dark places, a shining beacon of hope, Gary Butterfield.
Democracy.
Democracy in Chris's.
In Chris Angel's.
Oh my God, Gary, I would vote for Chris Angel for president right fucking now.
He would make the deficit disappear.
Right? My ballot's already in. Vote early, vote often. But
sure.
Fuck, if I could vote for Chris Angel, I would go storm a poll. Probably shouldn't joke about violently storming a polling place, should I?
No, it's happening as we speak, I'm sure.
Not impossible.
Yeah. Instead of being mind freaked, we'd be economy freaked.
If we're just going to acknowledge that the president is just a showman who is there to make us feel something, Chris Angel makes me feel things all the time, not in a sexual way.
No.
A little bit of a sexual way.
That makes me think, how did he do that?
Gary, I know you would. Let's leave aside his actual politics, which I think run pretty libertarian shitty.
Okay.
Penn Jillette pivots to presidential candidate. How do you feel?
Ooh. Is he running on his own party or is he running on one of the major parties?
I think he's running third party.
Okay.
Or no, maybe it's more interesting. He's the Democratic candidate for president.
See that's the answer that makes it interesting. Because he's the Republican. He'd be like, that's a good Republican, but I'm still not going to vote for him. That's really interesting.
Here's the big shocker. Teller, not the VP.
No. Who's the VP? Chris Angel? The late, great James Randi?
R.I.P. No, it's Pete Buttigieg.
Oh. Buttigieg?
We could do this all day, buddy.
You say potato.
I say Buddy Judge.
By Buttigieg. I think I would have a hard time voting for a Pete Buttigieg thing, but I would just hold my nose and do it because that's what I do.
I mean, it was more voting for Penn Jillette. Reminder is the actual prompt.
Yeah.
I'm distracted. The outside cat, the orange buddy, is just.
You have an orange cat as well. Outside orange cat. We have orange cat as well. Hangs out outside our house.
One, Gary.
He gets around, man. That's a busy day. Pocket keeps spotting him, and it's really fun because Pocket will just be staring there, like looking like at the window, like in the end of Blair Witch, and then we'll look over there and it's just a face off with Orange Cat who's just casually licking, and Pocket is fucking scared out of his brain.
Oh yeah, Kermie is not crazy about the orange.
Well, he's
cat,
gonna replace him.
Cat. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the new hotness.
Yeah, we're gonna put out like a box for him to sleep in if need be.
Yeah,
just
winter.
Worry about him getting too cold.
Yeah, winter is sad for cats.
Anyway, it's me, Penn Jillette. I'm running for president.
Hey, Penn Jillette.
I sound like this.
Sure.
Hey,
tell me about your recent weight loss journey.
Oh, I used magic.
Actually, you ate potatoes for 2 months straight.
Did I?
Gary knows that for some reason.
What? Gary, I Penn Jillette didn't know that. Why do you know that about? God, what were my shits like, Gary?
Not great. You did it to reset your taste buds, and there was a mysterious benefactor who got you and a bunch of your magic friends to do it.
What?
And then afterwards, you talked about how beautifully salty a carrot tasted.
The fuck are you talking about me?
I'm just dropping some Penn Jillette knowledge.
Was this on my social media? How deep a dive are you doing on me, Penn Jillette?
Before bed,
what I have instead of article.
What I have instead of just like 200 TV tropes tabs is a Google just kind of rabbit hole.
A Google alert for Penn Jillette.
Penn Jillette weight loss potato carrot is the full phrase. And if any of all those phrases go off, I learn about it. So you and a bunch of your magician friends, under the direction of a shadowy under the direction of a shadowy benefactor you don't name, did a method where you only ate potatoes so you could taste carrots again. And lose a bunch of weight.
Was that a big concern for me, Penn Jillette, that I couldn't taste carrots anymore?
In the stuff that I read, carrots came up a lot and how good they are now in the wake of only eating potatoes.
Well, of course, I need them for my night vision because a lot of magic happens in the dark.
That's true. Magic is largely in the dark.
That's the two things that happen in the dark is democracy dies.
Yeah.
Magic.
Yep. What is Teller like?
He's a fucking monster.
Yeah. Does he beat you up?
No, he doesn't beat me. It's really just the sheer number of decapitated bodies I've had to disappear.
Yeah.
And some of them are tricks gone wrong, but not as many as you'd like.
Well, the other ones are other types of tricks gone wrong. Like it's like a senator in a hotel. Like,
I mean, Gary, I need you as a presidential candidate. I need to state on behalf of hotels that many senators sleep in them all the time without anyone being decapitated.
Killing a prostitute.
Sex worker, please, Gary.
Yes. Well, no, I'm being specific. Like I'm talking about a prostitute. It's different. A sex worker can include a cam girl.
I believe that,
girl.
but I believe that prostitute is a pejorative term.
I don't know if that's true.
Certainly,
were
I to have had another life as a professional writer, I would definitely have had conversations with people about it being a pejorative term and how I've been asked not to use it. So,
conversations. How do you spell pejorative? Penn Jillette, tell me how to spell pejorative.
All right, here's Penn Jillette. Gary, look in your shirt pocket, and there'll be a card that spells it out for you. Magic.
Magic.
You know, I'm Penn Jillette, and that's my famous catchphrase.
Oh, magic.
Magic.
This website wants me to disable my ad blocker to read about this.
Oh, Gary, maybe don't do that, buddy.
Seems
maybe leave the ad blocker up.
I'm gonna leave that up.
All right, Gary, I got to get back on the campaign bus.
Don't you think?
Wait, campaign dirt bike? What's this?
Penn, can you make it? If you want my vote, can you recognize the fact that using sex worker to refer to all sex workers, regardless of what they do, has a problem with specificity? Like, I need something to talk about somebody who has sex with for money to differentiate them between like a stripper.
I guess, Gary, why do you need that differentiation?
Because it tells what we're talking about. I'm not talking about your partner killing strippers and suicide girls. I'm talking about your partner decapitating people who have sex for money.
I can acknowledge that there's a little bit of a squares rectangle thing going on. I'm just reporting what I've been told, and I try to listen when people tell me these things.
It's a really big difference. I have a follow-up question for the person who told you that, and I'm frustrated because I can't talk to them. And if you would like my vote,
I don't want you to vote at this point. I don't need the misogyny vote.
There's nothing misogynistic about this. It's your partner who is like, you are helping them with the heaps of bodies.
I'm helping. I guess that's fair. At this point, I'm just. Let's see. Campaign urges AP style book to replace use of prostitute with sex worker.
What should we call? I think that there needs to be another word.
Why?
Because I keep explaining it. Because of specificity. Because that's too general. It's square instead of rectangle. There's a reason why we have a word for rectangle. It differentiates a different thing.
Gary, should we talk about Nightlight for a minute? I was going to get on the bus so you could do the fucking item on this week where you're trying to push me towards the fucking timer.
Well, I didn't realize this was a problem. Damn it, Weep, help me. Nightlight's pretty good.
I'm getting on the bus. Right. Yeah, Nightlight is, it's all right. It's interesting. Yeah. Not a lot of items deal with Isaac's facing like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the cool like balance factor for it. Because if it changed in the direction you were shooting, it would be too powerful.
It's a code of light that shines from Isaac's chest, and it causes anything that it shines on to slow down, including shots. And we've talked a million times about how slowing down enemy fire is super, super important in this game.
Mm-hmm. And it changes based on your facing, not which way you're shooting. So, and those things will be different in a roguelike or in a twin stick shooter. So you have to be really intentional about your facing to use this. Otherwise, you'll just get a lot of incidental benefit.
Yeah. It also turns off Curse of Darkness, which great. I don't like Curse of Darkness.
Me either. And it just kind of, or for the current floor, it's not immunity for later floors, but it does make it a little bit better.
Gary, if people enjoy this show, what should they do?
Go to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv. Vote Gillette.
Vote Gillette with your dollars.
Yep. And you leave us a rating and review.
Yeah, like this one. The last two reviews have been on Podcast Addict. Thank you so much for leaving those. Here is one that was left on iTunes. Sorry, I'm just scrolling till I get to... Yep, there's the new one. From Double Dexter 64. Sorry, I got the burps. The show where at the end they say, if you like this show, but never follow it with, why? You need professional help. Everyone listening to this needs to ask themselves a lot of questions. Please get help. And thank God they don't, because that sounds like a lot of work. 5 stars.
Thank you.
Thank you. I've interacted with several members of the Guppy community who I did not immediately think were psychotic or losers. So
there's some. Good night.
They're out there. You are one, listener.
Yep, but the people next to you are not.
No, run. Good night.
Good night.